What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I thank y'all for joining Sports Talk Tuesday. We're going to break it down. I got a few topics to cover this week. We're going to talk about the NFL Week 3. There's a lot of unhappy fans out there. Some people were in disbelief in the beginning of the season, actually thought their teams would maybe start off undefeated. And, of course, that very rarely happens. And, of course, very few people actually know sports as well as they think they do. So I'm going to talk about the NFL. Also going to talk about, some of the stories that came out about the NFL, such as Josh Gordon reinstated, and he's going to be with Kansas City. And if he could keep his mind right without no weed, what would that mean for his career as well as Kansas City's team, and does he still have it? Also talk about the NBA and Ben Simmons basically wants out of Philly. He has his mind made up, says he no longer wants to play with Embiid, and we'll see what happens now that he said he's going to refuse to report to training camp. And what is his trade value? It's probably next to nothing now that they know he doesn't want to report to training camp. And yeah, they have more years left, but we know how this is going to play out. It always plays out the same way with star players in the NBA that want out. Yeah, they normally have fewer years left in their contract when they want out, but it's nothing worse than a disgruntled superstar. It's toxic to your team. The players are going to be asked every game about it, and it's best to get them out of there. So we'll see what happens with that, as well as some other stories, such as Eli Manning giving the double middle finger, the double bird to the Eagles during Monday Night Football, as well as LeBron James saying he had offers to play in the NFL during the NBA lockout. So we're going to get into it. Before I do, let me get a swig of happiness right quick. Some water, gin. That was a big swig. Anyway, before I get started, say what's up to y'all in the comments watching. What's up, Bap? How you doing? Brillo, what's good, fam? How you doing? Sweet Brown Sugar, how you doing, sis? My girl Gina, how you doing, Gina? What's up? Encouraging Warrior, how you doing as well? Detroit Basketball, what's good? What's good? John, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in a while. Good to see you back. Support Gaming, what's up? What's good? Brillo, you said Ben getting back advice or bad? Okay, bad advice. I'm not sure. I think it's going to work. It's bad advice because it's his fault that it's a problem and he wants out and he trying to blame other people, but I believe he'll be gone. Larry Jones, what's good? We ain't mean to do y'all like that this week. The Browns, they should have had Fields roll out more. Definitely, when I said this, when we hired that coach Nagy, who is that Negro, that Nagy? I don't, man, bad coach. Coaching is more important in the NFL than baseball and basketball. And we can see his coaching, it lacks in every category. And it definitely cost the Bears. It doesn't matter who's the quarterback. He sucks. So hopefully they get rid of him after this year and we can have a quality coach on that team. Pharaoh, what's good, man? Yachty man, what's good? Peace. All right. You say they owe him 140 million. Go to camp and do it behind the scenes. It's too late. It's too late for that. They should have traded him behind the scenes when they had the chance. He's embarrassed. People today are soft. They can't handle criticism and they fold like a cheap tent. And that's exactly what's happened with Ben Simmons. And Jimmy Butler was right. You can't really win with him. He's soft. They should have got rid of Ben Simmons then and kept Jimmy Butler. They would have been a better team for it. But Ben Simmons was the shiny new toy. Looked like he had all the potential. And so they ended up keeping him and getting rid of Jimmy Butler. And we see that Miami went to the finals with Jimmy Butler. Yeah, it was in the bubble, but Jimmy Butler got heart. He inspires his teammates. Ben Simmons doesn't inspire his teammates. So we'll get into that. And the best fit for Simmons, that's a great question. He has to be damn near the third option on the team. And that would be his best fit. I mean, this trade wouldn't work because Philly wouldn't probably want it. But Draymond Green for Ben Simmons would be a good fit because he plays a similar game as Draymond. And that could be a better fit. You know, Draymond is a great teammate. He would be a good help for Embiid, but he's not as good of a player as Ben Simmons. Plus, he's older. So you'd have to throw in some draft picks and another player. But I wouldn't throw in Wiseman and Wiggins and all of those people for Ben Simmons. No. I mean, the team is worse now. So maybe I throw in Draymond Green and a draft pick or something, maybe 2 first-round picks. But I'm not throwing in all those other players because now you're missing too much. So we'll see. So before we and I don't think about Brooklyn because KD has the ball in his hands as well as Kyrie and James Harden. So then you throw in another person that only can play with the ball in their hands. That's not a good fit. Besides, what position would he play? Now, they said they wanted to trade Kyrie for Ben Simmons. That would have been a good trade in a way. Kyrie is always injured, though, and is a little older. But he would be a much better fit with Embiid than Ben Simmons. But then Ben Simmons would kind of make their team maybe a little better in a way because James Harden could play the 2 guard and shoot, play off ball, switch, just like how it is with Kyrie. But Kevin Durant vetoed that trade. So, we'll see how it go. So we'll kick it off with the NFL. I'll do a quick recap. And I don't plan on being on here that long tonight, so I'm going to try to keep it moving pretty fast. Maybe we do a little bit around the hour show. So, with that being said, it didn't load up. Hold up. All right. So going off this scoreboard, the Panthers crushed the Texans, and the Panthers are looking pretty good with Sam Darnold. They 3-0, and it goes to show how important coaching is because it didn't seem like Sam Darnold was anything they thought and hoped for when he was with the Jets. Thought he was maybe okay, and now he's over here throwing 300 yards and got the Panthers 3-0. Coaching, as well as, they got a good supporting cast, but the Jets should have built around Sam Darnold. The Texans, I know they got issues with Deshaun Watson, but they ain't going nowhere without D. Watt. Washington football team is in trouble. They got doubled 43-21 by the Bills. They got Josh Allen looking like a star, 358 yards, 4 touchdowns. And, Washington is in a rebuild right now. They in trouble. And the Bears, we have horrible coaching. 2 field goals is all we had. Justin Fields, they had no game plan at all. Even Dan Orlovsky on ESPN said that was a disservice on what they had with Justin Fields. He basically had no clue what the offense, what they was trying to do. They couldn't get anything going. And like I say, he had nowhere to run or hide and no passing. It was really sad. And I was telling at the beginning of the season, Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback, and it's starting to show. And the Browns got a good team, man. The Browns probably have, as far as talent goes, one of the most talented teams in the NFL, and now they 2-1. We'll see if that talent translate, though, because that's the trick with the NFL. You can stack all the talent, just like when the Eagles had all that talent when they had Michael Vick and what's his name from Vince Young and all of those people back in that day, and then it didn't add up. So talent doesn't always translate the way it does in the NBA. The Ravens 2-1. They won by 2 points. Justin Tucker, NFL record field goal. I mean, this dude damn near kicked the whole length of the field, which, that was one hell of a kick. And so the Ravens, the Lions is in trouble. They look like they rebuilding as always. And it looks like, even though it's a new quarterback, same story. So, let me move this over so I can see what's going on with you all's comments. Miss Jocelyn, Big L sitting there licking his wounds. He don't want to come out of hiding, So we'll see what happens with him. He thought the Eagles was gonna go undefeated. I'm glad this is all recorded. I said it in the very first episode, Sports Talk Tuesday for this season, that there was no way they was going to beat the Cowboys and San Fran and all these teams he thought they was going to beat. But, some fans, that's why they're fans. And they don't really understand the game and they're delusional. That's my boy, and he's funny. But I try to tell you, nephew, listen to the OG. I done watched football for a long time, bro. The Colts, 0-3, Carson Wentz, Garbino, and it looks like he is what he is. And I think that after this year, maybe even in the middle of this year, he may be a backup quarterback if he gets to stay in the NFL. The rest of his career will be a backup quarterback because he doesn't inspire his team. He doesn't translate into wins. And he had just one, good season. And that injury, it seems, may have taken more out of him than people realize. The Bolts, the Chargers looking pretty good. They beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are starting off 1-2. They lose by 6 points to the Bolts. But the thing is, football is a long season. The Chiefs have a lot of talent. And we'll see in the end, I think they'll at least win 10, 11 games by the time it's all said and done. And the signing of Josh Gordon won't hurt. Either he got it or he don't. If he don't have it, then they'll just cut him and keep playing with what they got. So I think that's not going to do anything but possibly be a benefit. Famous Jameis, it seems that, Sean Payton has got a way to manage him. He keeps him around 20 or so passes, give or take. And he's doing a great job as a game manager. They 2-1. The Patriots, Mac Jones. I mean, he a rookie quarterback. Bill Belichick, he knows what he's doing. I bet you by the second half of the season, Mac Jones will look a lot better than this first half. When you have a rookie quarterback, you're learning on the job. When Tom Brady played, he had a very experienced veteran team that was already built to win. They had Drew Bledsoe that he was filling in for. This is a rebuilding Patriots team. So we'll see what happens with Mac learning on the job. Nick Saban and Belichick are best friends. Mac Jones, I'm sure, was, recommended by Saban, and they were told, everything he needed to know, and I'm sure he's not going to give up on Daddy Mac. So we'll see. Jamari Riddick, my boy in the comments, you damn right. I said that already earlier. I agree with you 100%. Matt Nagy's a horrible coach in Chicago, and we definitely got to get rid of him. The Falcons squeezed the win over the Giants, which isn't saying much. And to the fact that it was just by a field goal shows how bad the Falcons are. They probably won't win too many more games. At most, maybe one or two more games. The Giants are definitely in a rebuild right now, and we'll see what happens with what's going on with the Giants. But I expect them to be in the draft this year because they are depleted with talent for the most part. The Bengals, some people were talking about how Joe Burrow gave the game away to the Bears. But one thing you think about is Joe Burrow had to sling it. And Joe Burrow has been, looking overall pretty good as far as his usage rate. So as much as they use him, and as a young quarterback, he's converting it into wins 2-1. Big Ben, this is Big Ben's last year. Big Ben's last year. The Steelers are not going to win anything this year with Ben Roethlisberger as the quarterback. We watching him fall apart right in front of our eyes, just like when we saw Peyton Manning fall apart his last season. He couldn't even, throw past his foot. So Ben is beat up too bad in his career. This is his last year. I'm pretty positive. The Cardinals has got talent. Kyler Murray is looking good. And, they said that J.J. Watt, look like it might fit with them. Now, the Jags, they're depleted as well. Trevor Lawrence, rookie quarterback, learning on the job. We'll see what happens by the second half of the season. They're in a rebuild as well. So beating them wasn't that unexpected. Same here for the Jets. But the Broncos are doing great. And I believe they got, Bridgewater? And they're 3-0. Exactly. Teddy Bridgewater, 19 for 25, doing what he does best, which is not make mistakes and move the ball up. He only missed 6 passes out of 25. He did take 2 sacks, but they were only for 12 yards. And Melvin Gordon, not doing too bad. And overall, he's doing what people look down upon now, which is called be a game manager. But 26-0 without any turnovers is a great start. They first 3-0 start since 2016 when Peyton Manning was there. So, it is what it is. And blatant truth, Matt Ryan, I think, still got a little gas in the tank. Big Ben is on E. Big Ben is on E. And Bap, Bridgewater is great. He's very good. He would probably be a star in Minnesota had he not had that injury. Had he not had that injury and it derailed his career the way it did. So we'll see how it turns out with his second half of his career. The Raiders, of course, spanked the Dolphins. I feel bad for my boy Lamont. They're a bunch of fish out of water right now, mammals. They The Raiders look great. What's his name? The quarterback for the Raiders. I'm getting old. Derek Carr. Although he threw 43 times, Derek Carr has an arm. He can make some great throws. And it seems that, it's starting to finally pay off what John Gruden wanted to do when he got rid of Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper and all those players to try to rebuild the team. And it seems that this 3-0 start in Vegas is starting to look good. So the Dolphins, of course, they only won by a field goal and overtime. The Dolphins did fight. It's the Raiders' best start since 2002. That's 20 years, 19 years. So that says a lot. This John Gruden has always been a good offensive-minded coach. So, it looks like it's finally paying off. The Rams, it looks like that they did a great job swapping out to get Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford does have a hell of an arm. Detroit never properly built a team around him and supported him. And so he tried to do a lot to make things happen. And it didn't look good because it didn't happen. So maybe they felt Matthew Stafford ain't live up to being the number one pick. But the truth of the matter is Stafford is a good player. And although he was older than Goff, I was surprised actually when that trade took place. It looks like the Rams may have got the better of the deal. I thought that was a win-win for both sides. But it looks like Detroit's not going to properly build around Goff either. So it doesn't matter who you put in Detroit. Maybe they're not going to make it work. We'll see. They've had players come and they have them go, and the same story. And the Bucs are now 2-1. But I still think Brady and the Bucs will be there at the end. Hell, they only won 10 games last year and won the Super Bowl. That's the thing about the NFL. You don't have to go undefeated. All you got to do is be hot when it's time for the playoffs, make the playoffs, of course, and go on that run. Hell, the Giants won Super Bowls with just 9 wins. So it is what it is. The Vikings, they got a win over the Seahawks, who the Seahawks is kind of struggling a little bit. Russell Wilson still is a good player, but it seems that they need to get him some more help. So, I don't know what's going on with Pete Carroll and them. Carson ran for 12 carries, 80 yards. He was beasting. So they should have kept more with the running game instead of just 12 carries. But you see how they had 26 carries for Matson, and he had 112 yards. So they chewed up a lot of clock. If I look at time of possession, I'm pretty sure they had killed them on time of possession. Where's time of possession? And that's one thing people overlook. Look at that. They had the ball for 35 minutes and 53 seconds, roughly 36 minutes to 24 minutes. So they had the ball for 11 minutes more. 11 minutes more, and time of possession really matters. A lot of people overlook that stat. But if you don't have the ball, how can you score? Then your defense gets gassed and wore out. And next thing you know, they go on a run. So we'll see what happens with that. And hopefully Seahawks can turn it around. The Packers look like Aaron Rodgers is going to say RELAX. He's got it. But like I've said before, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback I've ever seen. Is he the most accomplished? No. But that doesn't mean he's the most skilled. That doesn't mean he's the most skilled. Aaron Rodgers is very skilled. He got it all. And looks like, they didn't beat the Niners, squeezed one out. He had a game-winning drive. And A-Rod ain't no joke, man. I think the Packers is going to be there at the end of the year as long as he stays healthy. especially when he in this contract year and he want to make that money. And last but not least, last night the Eagles got mollywopped, got that ass whooped. They got whooped royally, 41-21. Dak Prescott, I tried to tell you all in Discord and in other things, Dak Prescott is not a bad quarterback. I had all kind of people try to gang me up, beat me up in the alley. I said, Dak Prescott, you can win a Super Bowl with Dak. He is a good enough quarterback. We've seen the Eagles win a Super Bowl with what's his name, who ain't worth a damn. What's his name that won the Super Bowl with the Eagles that's on the Bears now? I can't even remember his name. Nick Foles, he got scoliosis. So if you could win a Super Bowl with him, you damn sure could win one with Dak. And if you watched NFL Hard Knocks, the Cowboys ain't look too bad. And Zeke got the ball in his hands. I forgot to put that out there, which Big L and a couple other people was saying, you know, Zeke ain't what he thought it was cracked up to be. He getting warmed up. He's getting them carries now, and he still got it. Zeke ran for over 100 yards. Well, he had 95 yards on just 17 carries. So, you know, he was doing his job. And then they got Tony Pollard, TP, and I ain't talking about toilet paper, although he did wipe the Eagles' ass. He had 11 carries for 60 yards. So, you know, they had 55 yards rushing with just two of those backs. And, you know, Jalen was hurt. And, you know, Sanders, 2 carries for 27 yards. See, that's what happens when you chew up the clock and you get out early to a lead, is that they had to throw the ball. They threw it 39 times. Dak only had to throw it 26 and it completed 21. So when you get out to that early lead, now they playing catch up. They get away from their game plan, don't run the ball, and you pretty much put the ball in this rookie's hand to try to win it. And he threw 2 interceptions, had 2 sacks, and, you know, it was just a little too much for him. So it's a learning curve. That doesn't mean he's maybe a bum, but he ain't about to do it right now, at least. All right, let me get to my girl Brielle. What's good? Brielle Knox Rage Recovery Clinic. That's what's up. You say, hey Jay, sorry I'm not here a lot, but I support you. Much love as always. Well, thank you so much, Brielle. I appreciate your support. As always, I'm glad you come through, check on me over here in the channel, and you know, we'll see what happens with the rest of this NFL season. What's your team that you root for, Brielle? And you know, I appreciate you you know, with the super chat to the channel. Help keep the lights on, definitely. And you know, of course, I got to get a video out for you. So I got a video of what happened to the Eagles after they got whooped by the Cowboys. They had to go and you know, work out. They had to go hit the weights because they was too soft. So here go a video of that. Nick Foles, Nick fails. Nick fails. You know, Big L said Dak was bad. A couple other people jumped on the bandwagon. Cobra. Detroit was a little up in that a little bit. So, you know, is Dak the best quarterback in the NFL? No. And also, but he's not bad either. And my girl Jocelyn, when we first was doing the pregame for the NFL, and I had the top 10 rated quarterbacks for Madden on here by rating, she was saying Dak deserved to be in the top 5, and Big L and a lot of other people was all over her. But Dak is doing good. I'm not sure where I would put him as far as top 5 or 10, but he's playing damn good right now. Okay, here go Jalen Hurts. Miss Jocelyn, ride or die. Cowboys, that's what I'm talking about. You know that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ride or die for my Bears. I wish we had a better coach. Bap said Dak won't win a Super Bowl too. See, I forgot all about you, Bap. Go ahead and get him, Jocelyn. Yeah. I definitely would say Dak is a top 10. So I don't know where I would rank him as far as after that. But Dak is not a bad quarterback at all. At all. I mean, you know, if we didn't just get Justin Fields, which actually Dak is more of a proven product than Justin Fields. You always want to go for the proven product, which is why I was telling Big L, if they had a chance to get D. Watt and you had to give up Jalen Hurts, you make that move because you already know what you got with Deshaun Watson. Jalen Hurts may not materialize. You know, Justin Fields, I would love for him to become the next big thing, but he may not. So if I had a chance to get Dak over, you know, Fields, I would have to make that move because we already know what Dak can do. So you always take a proven commodity. So with that being said, let me play this right here. Speaking of the Cowboys, and I'll segue to the NBA right quick. LeBron James said that he definitely considered signing with the Cowboys or Seahawks during the 2011 NBA lockout. I think he full of it. With them big long ass legs, he'd have been and got broke up at 6'7" trying to go across the middle. We already saw what happened to Gronkowski's knees. But nevertheless, this is what he said. He said that LeBron's football career was an inevitability when he appeared on Monday Night Football with the Mannings. And he said that, you know, during the game on Monday night, that Eli had asked him, did Jerry Jones really offer him a contract during the 2011 NBA lockout? And he confirmed that Jones offered him a deal and added that also Pete Carroll, the Seahawks head coach, also discussed bringing him on board. So not only did he have a chance to be on the Cowboys, but he could have been on the Seahawks. And keep in mind, for those who don't know, the Cowboys are LeBron James' favorite football team. A lot of people upset he don't support the Cleveland Browns, but a lot of people don't understand the dynamic of the Ohio area. And him being from Akron, they really don't mess with Cleveland that tough like that. So that's a little different thing that a lot of people don't understand. But nevertheless, you know, he couldn't have played for the Akron Cavaliers. It isn't one. So he played for the Cleveland Cavs. But if the team he always followed was the Cowboys. And he said he still has the jersey that Jerry Jones and Pete Carroll sent him in 2011. So not only did they talk about it, they sent him a jersey. And it says right here what he said.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron, your high school football career was so legendary. They said Jerry Jones actually offered you a contract to come play for the Cowboys. I think in like 2011 during the NBA lockout. Did you have any temptation to put the uniform back on and go play for the Cowboys?
Oh, man,
Looks great.
That's true. Jerry Jones offered me a contract. Also, Pete Carroll did as well in Seattle during our lockout time. And it definitely got my blood flowing again, got my mind racing again, thinking about the game of football. being out there on Sundays. But, we was able to get a deal done in the NBA, and I was back on the court in no time. But I definitely thought about it. I still got the jersey, too, that Jerry and Pete Carroll sent me from 2011.
So, with that being said, what do you all think in the comments about that? Is LeBron just bull crapping, or is he really considering going to the NFL had the NBA lockout taken a long time? And would he been able to take those hits? Because although LeBron is a big dude, NBA standards, his legs are still skinny. He is all muscle because he had 6'8", 240. So, I mean, he would have played tight end. He would have been fast enough to play tight end and do all those things. Could he block? I don't know. And what about injuries? Look how the injuries are piling up on him in the NBA. Imagine getting hit or getting your knees taken out from up under you or landing on your big ass bald spot. Who knows what may have happened? That's all I'm saying. Would he have made it? Brillo, you said no way. I don't think he was being serious. I think they was going for it. Which, if I'm Jerry or any other person, why not? But I don't think he's built for it. And I agree with you, Bap. He's not built for the NFL. He'd be rolling around on that field like a toddler who just got a whooping, right? We already saw what happened to Gronkowski knee. I mean, the knees didn't see eye to eye at all, boy. One was going the opposite way. He got that knee dislocated. That was gruesome injury. So, it is what it is. But you say he was not injury prone in 2011. That's where you're wrong, fam. LeBron has never played a full season in the NBA except for once. And that was with the Lakers. LeBron has missed games his whole career and not just sitting out. He's always had some knick-knack injuries. Always. I mean, I can pull it up. But LeBron never played a full season ever, whereas Michael Jordan played full seasons all the time. And, it is what it is, man. A lot of people don't remember these things. And they forget about this stuff. But LeBron is that's another thing. Here's LeBron right here. So he started off 79, 80, 79, 80, 78, 75, 81, 76, 79. Here go 2011, 62, 76, 77, 69, 76, 74, 82 games right here in 2018, 55, 67, 45. So, LeBron ain't never played a full season, and this is the NBA. So, yeah, he may have missed a couple games, but ain't nobody hitting him either. So imagine if he was missing a couple games in the NBA, what would have happened if he was in the NFL? He damn sure would have missed, 2-3 games a year or more. And you could say what you want. Mike, 82 games. He broke his leg. 82 games. He missed one game. 82 games. 80, 78. Retired. Came back for 17. His last 3 years with the Bulls. 82 games. Retired at age 35, 36, 37. Came back at 38. Out of shape. Played 60. At 39 years old, 82 games. 82 games at 39, 40 his last year, and he still averaged 20 points a game. So Mike put in that work, man. Mike put in that work. And who knows if LeBron would be a Hall of Famer or not. He could have got injured and his career could have got cut short. So many variables in the NFL. Bo Jackson, he not a Hall of Famer. He got injured. It's a lot of things that go into it. So you can't just say he'd be a Hall of Fame. Plus, when he was doing great in high school, keep in mind that was high school kids he was doing great against, and it wasn't NBA players. So, NFL professional players. So, there's a difference. And also, let me say one more thing right quick. Where is it at? I'm trying to get to this other thing. Hold on. And pull up this other thing about Michael Jordan. Hold on. All right. So everybody says that LeBron was a great talent in football, right? Okay. Well, Michael Jordan was a great athlete as well. And it's right here. This article just came out that Michael Jordan could throw a football 60 yards, ran a 4.3 40-yard dash, but he didn't even want to play in the NFL. And he said he knew every facet of the game. So LeBron wasn't the only great athlete. Mike could do all the same stuff, as well as play baseball. Although he was old, had he started at a younger age, he would have been better. This is a story that just came out. They said Mike could have been a great wide receiver in the NFL, but he said he just wanted to play basketball. And he knew every facet of the game. And also people be saying LeBron or Kobe or other people passed him up in points. I showed this argument once before that Jordan is first in NBA history in points per game and player efficiency rating. I know Detroit like to say I'm stat king, but this player efficiency rating combines everything. So you have people that have played more games than Jordan, so they may have passed him on certain things. But if you add up the amount of games he played and what he did in those games, his efficiency, field goal percentage, free throw percentage, assist, rebound, all of that put up together, number one in NBA history. So, some people say stats show LeBron is this, that, and the other. Shows LeBron's a great player, but he's not better than Mike. And, I know a lot of y'all young people, just find that hard to believe. But you had to have seen it with your own eyes. And then you would know that there's a difference. They say that Bron, you say he has an overall game. Jordan had an overall game. That's what player efficiency rating shows, that he had the best overall game in NBA history. It shows right here, and I showed this once before on live, that even when in the finals, he averaged 33 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Never played in game 7 in the finals. Many things Jordan, doesn't get credit for. But player efficiency rating takes everything into account. And, that's how you can see that he had a better overall game. But the difference with Mike is he allowed Scotty to have the ball in his hands and do some. Whereas LeBron has never allowed another teammate to do that. Even when he played with D Wade, they tried that, but he folded like a cheap tent because he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to play off ball. He couldn't shoot and hit mid-range, do all the stuff that Mike do. So anyway, it is what it is. So I'll see who the troll is. Got him. All right. Anyway, Dwight Howard, a top 5 center of all time. Woo, that is a good one right there. I would probably say no, but he is a top 10. Because I would say off top, I could name Kareem, Shaq, Wilt, Olajuwon. That's just 4 without thinking. Patrick Ewing was better than Dwight Howard. So that's 5 right there. I don't know about Alonzo Mourning maybe better than Dwight Howard. He's had better years, but did he do it as long as Dwight? I'm not sure. Who else? So that's 5 right there. Dwight Howard is a Hall of Famer. That's without question. David Robinson. Yeah, did I say David Robinson? What? Wilt, Olajuwon, Shaq, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, Olajuwon. Yeah, Dwight Howard is definitely a Hall of Famer without question. I mean, he won Defensive Player of the Year like 3 times. I think him and only Ben Wallace or something, the only players to ever do that. He did lead Orlando to the finals against Kobe. They lost. He beat LeBron that year in the Eastern Conference. He beat LeBron, and LeBron, he wasn't in his prime yet, but he wasn't no scrub. So Bill Russell, yeah, Bill Russell was in that too. So I wouldn't say the White is a top 5, but I would say he might be in the top 10. Maybe if I think about it more, he might fall out the top 10. I wouldn't put him over. I wouldn't put Mutombo over him, but I think he's like a glorified Mutombo. All right, let's switch it up. They built the team better around Dwight. I wouldn't necessarily say it was that much better. Dwight had shooters around him. He played defense, kicked it out to Rashard Lewis, who was on the decline then. You had Turkey Lou. He do Turkey Lou. I called him Turkey Lou. They had Turkey Lou. He was all right. Jameer Nelson, he was okay. Dwight Howard made these players better in his prime, though. So, All right, what do y'all think about Floyd Mayweather saying that he's going to fight Anderson Silva? You think that's a good chance? That's a good fight? Would you all buy it? What are your thoughts on that? As Big L say, money grab. It's definitely a money grab. It says Anderson Silva, who did just knock out Tito Ortiz just a week or 2 ago, and is now 2-0 in pro boxing. He cannot beat Mayweather. I think Mayweather's found a way to make a lot of money as a sideshow and milk people for money, beating up on people he know that he can beat. I don't know. What do you all think about that? Would you want to see it? And Mayweather said the Logan Paul fight was legalized bank robbery. You ain't lying. And I think that that's what this would be. I would not pay to see any Floyd Mayweather fight at all, ever again. The last one I paid for was Pacquiao, and that was bank robbery. So I don't think that I would ever pay to see Floyd fight. And now he's at age 44. They say that he may not have too many of these exhibition bouts in him. I disagree. I think he got a few more in him because he fighting people that don't know what the hell they doing as far as boxing. Now, the Spider ain't no joke. If it was MMA, he'd beat the brakes off of Floyd right now. But since Floyd is getting these people to step into his arena, so to speak, I think that, he has a chance because they don't use their feet, elbows, and all that stuff. And so, Floyd is just getting easy money. So, yeah, I definitely would not pay for this. You say, nah, especially with all these streaming sites. I know that's right. Definite money grab. You say you all for Floyd continuing to make money by outboxing chumps. They make a good chunk of money getting beat by him, too. They do. And I don't have a problem with it, but I'm not going to pay to see it. I'll watch the replay or, I just will miss it. That Logan Paul fight was Garbino. Logan Paul really lost that fight. The last fight that he had, and he didn't do nothing to do nothing to Tyron Woodley, except run around and throw or something every now and then. I mean, he was garbage. So we'll see what happened. Spider is no joke, yes, but Floyd is smart not to try to fight him in the ring, in the octagon, because he will get broke up. And I would like to see Pacquiao and Floyd one last shebang, but truth of the matter is Pacquiao ain't got it no more. He just lost his last couple fights that he had. And Floyd seems to have taken a little bit better care of himself than Pacquiao. And Pacquiao trying to be the president of the Philippines. He ain't trying to, fight. I want to be president. They call me the Pac-Man. They call me Pac-Man. So Jake Paul fight Silva would be a good one because I want to see Jake Paul get knocked out and Logan Paul. I'm tired of them babying them and holding them up after they get caught with something and they slipping. Will you please knock these dudes out? They making a mockery of the sport. They making too much money, and it's just ridiculous. So, real quick, Eli Manning, when he was doing, broadcasts with his brother, the Eagles, the Bird. Speaking of the Bird, they had the Birdman Jr. in there, and they say Eli flipped off America. Look,
right away from a 9-year-old kid.
Double bird. Look at
that. I'm sure you can blur that out, right? It's over there. Yeah. So I get double bird by a 9-year-old, and they're saying things about my mom and Peyton. And I can't even tell you what they said about mom.
Hey man,
not want to know.
So he gave two thumbs up, saying that somebody, a 9-year-old gave him a double bird, saying stuff about his mom, and it said Peyton told him to throw out both middle fingers, which he did. And the producers, of course, they was upset. And they thought that it could be blurred out, but it was live. It couldn't do it. And so, it looked like he got into a little hot water. You can't do nothing these days or say anything. And the commercial break, they chastised Eli. And so he had to apologize. And Howie Long's son, Chris Long, who was with the Bears at one point, laughed as they had to apologize. And Peyton also apologized for egging Eli on. So let's see what they say.
All right. Sorry. Earlier I gave the double bird. I guess that's frowned upon, so I apologize if I offended anybody. I thought that's what a 9-year-old did to me. I thought I could do it back. So, Chris, I blame you. I blame you for that. So
yeah, my fault too. I encourage you to do it. My fault. We apologize.
in the end, man, we live in a crazy world. Everybody is soft, very sensitive. I agree. A 9-year-old could do it, but they can't do it. I guess people got upset, and yeah, he need to learn to censor himself. But in the end, him and Peyton gonna still keep their job. If they'd have been black quarterbacks retired or something, it may have been a wrap for their ass. They may have lost that job, but it is what it is. Let me touch on this Ben Simmons drama real quick once more before we wrap it up. It looks like Ben Simmons is softer than Sharman, and he's trying to say he ain't gonna report to camp, and he tried to say it was Embiid or Doc Rivers or whatever the case, and it all come back to Jimmy Bones. Jimmy Butler was right that he was soft, and that they should have traded him and kept Jimmy. And it said on paper, yeah, that was a great team, but one of the things that they didn't like is that Ben Simmons was upset that Doc Rivers would have Jimmy Butler run the offense in key moments, and of course he don't know how to play without the ball, and so he can't shoot, so he had nothing to offer, and he was upset, and they ended up getting rid of Jimmy to keep him. Um, so they says right here they could have probably went all the way to the Eastern Conference. They were one win away from that Kawhi bounce to go into the finals, Eastern Conference Finals, and he hit that shot. So Jimmy never experienced any concerns or chemistry issues with Simmons, but he speak his mind, and he said that he felt Simmons wasn't on the same page mentally as someone like himself, basically meaning he's soft. He ain't a warrior. He can't take it. He wasn't ready. And they said that part of his, reason of leaving Philly, he was out. And it shows that in the end, Jimmy was absolutely right. And it said they got very different leadership styles because Jimmy is vocal, but he also does produce, while Simmons tries to lead by example, but his example is being soft. And, it just, it ain't translating for him. And it said that the Sixers the players, the players wanted to take a jet to LA this week to meet with Ben, but were informed not to come and that he did not want to meet with them. So, what is that? Is that fair or foul that he didn't even want to meet with the teammates? Like, man, I don't even want to talk to y'all. As if they did him wrong, as if they the ones that can't hit free throws or, make a dunk. I mean, and he don't want to talk to them probably because he know that they gonna check his ass and try to convince him to come back. And so he don't want to talk to them because he know he gonna feel stupid and he gonna want to come back. And so the best way for him to stick to his guns of wanting to bail is to say, nah, don't come. I don't want to meet with y'all, which is extremely weak and extremely pathetic. At this point, it's very, very hard to get equal trade value for Ben Simmons. It really is. Everybody knows he wants out. Everybody knows he's not coming back. He said he's even willing to sit out the season and lose salary. So at this point, you can't demand too much. So we'll see what happens. If I was Philly, I would take Draymond and some draft picks and some other stuff and see what happens. Maybe try to make a trade Dre, or maybe keep him, or maybe trade the picks, try to move up in the draft or something. because at the end they have made bad decisions. That Markel Fultz, that trade really comes back to bite them, because they could have picked what you call it, Jason Tatum, number one. They picked Fultz. Then Fultz just fell apart. They should have kept him. And look at what he's doing in Orlando now. I mean, Markel Fultz is starting to come around and be a good player. They gave up on Fultz, and now they don't have Ben Simmons either. So now they back to the drawing board. I know they was trying to trust the process, but they blew it. They didn't have Jason Tatum. They don't have Markel Fultz. And now they're not going to have Ben Simmons. They got rid of too quick. They should have kept him. Nerlens Noel. And they got rid of Dario Saric. They should have kept him. They already had all that they needed, and they got rid of everybody way too soon. Markel Fultz, they got rid of him in Philly. He was at 7 points a game, 8 points a game. He could only play 14 games, 19. Then he dropped 72 games at 12 points a game. He only played 8 games, 2021, 12.9 points. And, 5 assists both games, both years. So we'll see what happened 21-22. I think he got injured last year. But I wouldn't be surprised if he putting up 15, 16 points a game and maybe 7 assists. So that could have been with the Sixers. They making bad trades. And who did they trade Markel Fultz for? JJ Redick, I think. Let me see. Jonathan Simmons, Carson Edwards, and Tyrese Maxey. So they just gave them away. Jonathan Simmons, Carson Edwards, and Tyrese Maxey. They might as well have kept them. I mean, they might as well have kept them. I mean, you traded all this stuff. Why you ain't keep them? It makes no sense. They gave up too soon. And, he don't get paid a lot right now. They should have worked on developing him. So I know he lost how to shoot. He forgot how to shoot and all this other weird stuff. But at the end, I don't know. They definitely they're gonna have a hard time keeping Embiid healthy, because he gonna have to work his ass off now. Without being, we'll see what happens. But he already damn near had MVP year last year working his ass off. Him and Toby, they probably gonna play better without being. So we'll see what Seth Curry can do and other players, but it's gonna be hard to get full value back. They keep saying Damian Lillard. I wouldn't give you no damn Damian Lillard if I was Portland for Ben Simmons. Hell no. I don't want him over Dame Dollar. I'm gonna keep Dame Dollar. I might give you CJ McCollum, which CJ is a good player too, though. CJ can shoot, put up buckets. He would be a good fit for Philly. But they probably want more than CJ. But I mean, that would be, I might give you up CJ for Ben, because if you get Ben, it still ain't the best fit. Ben and Dame, because Dame got the ball in his hands. He a point guard. His size make it so he can't really play anything other than point. So, is something else. Yeah, that's why I say I might. CJ is a baller. CJ can shoot. And him and Dame, it's sad that they didn't build around them better, because they are probably the best backcourt. If it wasn't for the Splash Brothers, they could have been the best backcourt we ever seen since Isaiah and Dumars. So, it's messed up that they never really built around him. And LaMarcus Aldridge, he bailed right when CJ started to ball. So I don't know. You say you'll give up CJ. He is small. Him and Dame together are small backcourt, but they have good spacing with the shooting, and he can score, whereas Ben cannot score. And you got to have a little bit of both. I mean, he's a horrible scorer. So I don't know, man. I have to really look at who I could trade for him because there's not many good options. They're going to have to chalk it up to is not any way they're going to be able to get equal trade value for him. His contract is high. His potential is high. But his talent right now is not as high as his potential. Then everybody know he wants out. So therefore, why am I going to give you all this stuff when the more he sits around and refuses to play and becomes a problem and disgruntled, then you're going to realize you got to bail. You're going to have to let him go. And so I wouldn't offer too much. And CJ is a big offer. You got a 20-point per game scorer right there that can shoot and distribute. Yeah, he's small, but if you put him in Philly, he can run the point. That's right there, an upgrade at point guard right there. So I don't know. I mean, you people say about Ben D so much, but a good offense is a good defense as well. So I don't know. It's something to think on with that one. So I don't know. Sacktown for De'Aaron Fox. I like De'Aaron Fox. If I was Sacktown, I wouldn't give up De'Aaron for Ben. I would want to keep De'Aaron Fox. So that's the problem, is that it's hard. I can see it going one way, but you got to see it going the other way. And I don't see why would I give up De'Aaron Fox. He already better than Ben Simmons, other than what? Ben is bigger than him, can supposedly play a little better D. Well, he got a lot more offense. So, it's a little bit of a trade-off. So, I don't know. We have to look into that one. But I like how you're trying to think about it, though. That's what's up. Yeah. Defense wins championships, but offense wins games. And you got to have offense to win the games. Because at the end of the quarters, when the game is over, it's about who put up the most points. You can have all the defense you want, but if you can't score on the other end, we're going to lose. And you can't be sitting there scared for a layup because you might get fouled because you can't hit free throws, or you worried about what somebody going to say. That's a problem. You already beat. So, anyway, it was a good show. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep it kind of short today. I think I might try to do this for a while. Do a good quick hour of hot takes, stories real quick, and, call it a wrap. Maybe every now and then I'll do some call-ins. But when I do the call-ins, it start getting real long-winded. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe every now and then. So, and also when I got people up here, the back and forth, it does make it long as well. So this way, get in, get out, and keep it moving. So anyway, with that being said, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Thanks for the super chat. Make sure that y'all bang that bell. Ben don't average 11 rebounds a game. I don't know where you got that from. I can show you right quick before we go that man does not average 10 rebounds a game. And I'm going to drop that little bit of knowledge on you right quick before we go. Ben Simmons, he could I mean, hell, if Russell Westbrook averaged 11 rebounds, then I'm sure Ben could. So here's Ben Simmons right here. Here's his stats. And he was injured his first year, and he been injured damn near every year since. Anyway, total rebounds per game, 8, 8.8, 7.8, 7.2. He's actually getting worse. He averaged 7 rebounds a game. He averaged 8.2 assists, 7.7, 8, 6.9. He's getting worse. He had better D, 1.7, 1.4, 2.1 steals, 1.6. 3 turnovers, and he had 15.8, 16.9, 16.4, 14 points a game. Ben is getting worse. So he averages 7 rebounds, 6.9 assists, and 14 points. So, not a bum, but he's not putting up historic numbers like that. So, anyway, thank you, Jocelyn. I appreciate you so much. Them Cowboys, I know you riding on cloud nine. You a happy cowgirl right now. They didn't clip them eagle wings. Y'all got chicken wings tonight. Big L didn't even show up in the comments. It's all good. Anyway, yeah, the Bears suck. The Bears suck right now. Matt Nagy needs to get fired. I wish we had some type of quarterback whisperer, but anyway, that's not a playoff. That's his career. That wasn't playoff series. That was his career averages. I just showed you. You say I'm not going off one playoff series. Neither was that. Anyway, go to basketballreference.com. Look it up. Get your info, and you'll see that Benny ain't what you thought. Anyway, I want to appreciate y'all for coming through. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to bang that like. You can check out, in the description box, join the membership in Discord. We do have a lot of these type conversations going on in Discord. So, I'll probably check out Discord a little later, and we have another, debate about some sports. So if y'all definitely looking forward to keeping this type of stuff going, join the Discord and the membership channel membership, and you can go on in the sports talk tab, and I'm pretty sure people will be ready to come chop it up with you. Before I go, I'm gonna play a video for y'all for rocking with me, and I'm up out of here. So without further ado, here we go.
Hello, Miss Lady. Please give us some privacy. He just died last night.
It's the Step Brothers right there. Classic. That was my step brother. All right. Anyway, everybody take it easy. Be safe out there. I wish we could trade for Sean McVay, man. You ain't lying on that one. All right, y'all. Be safe, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Deuces.